The Peloponnesian War spanned the period from 431 BC to 404 BC, with a period of peace from 421 BC to 414 BC. The reason for war was to protect against renewed confrontation with Persia immediately following the Persian Wars. The Delian League, which included 150 Greek city-states, was headed by Athens. Sparta was the leader of the Peloponnesian League, which included an alliance of southern Greek city-states. Thucydides, a preeminent Greek historian and philosopher, believed that Sparta attacked the Athenian countryside because it feared Athens' growing power. The first battle in this war took place when Thebes, a Spartan city, attacked the Athenian city of Plataea in March 431 BC. It should be noted that Thucydides' contemporaries were not sure that this was the first battle of the war. This battle, however, is generally accepted as the first of the Peloponnesian War. Athenian control of the Delian League engendered fear in the Spartans and their allies in the Peloponnesian League. Sparta and the Peloponnesian states decided on war because they felt that a dynamic and imperialistic Athens threatened their independence. According to Thucydides, there were charges and differences existing between the rival powers before the wars. Still, intercourse continued in spite of them and mutual communication. It was carried on without heralds, but not without suspicions, as events were occurring which were equivalent to the breach of the treaty and matter for war.
We, the Lacedaemons, wish the peace to continue, and there is no reason why it should not if you would leave the Hellenes independent. And singing it! Don't give in! Don't give in! To the Peloponnesians!
In the 15th year of the 30-year truce, just at the beginning of spring, a Theban force a little over 300 strong, under the command of Pythangelus, about the first watch of the night, made an armed entry into Plataea, a town in alliance with Athens. The gates were opened to them by a Plataean who, with his party, had invited them in, meaning to put to death the citizens of the opposite party, bring over the city to Thebes, and thus obtain power for themselves. This was arranged through a person of great influence at Thebes. After the soldiers had grounded arms in the marketplace, those who had invited them in wished them to set to work at once to go to their enemies' houses. The Thebans refused to, but determined, if possible, to come to a friendly understanding with the citizens. The Plataeans concluded in their alarm that more had entered than was thought to be the case. The night prevented their seeing them. During their negotiations, they discovered the scanty numbers of the Thebans and decided that they could easily attack and overpower them. The majority of the Plataeans, being adverse to revolting from Athens, digging through the party walls of the houses, thus managed to join each other without being seen going through the streets, in which they placed wagons without the beasts in them to serve as a barricade. They waited for their opportunity and went out of their houses against the enemy. They made their quick assault at once and came to close quarters as quickly as they could.
It's how I...
Many other significant events took place throughout the Peloponnesian War. In 430 BC, a plague killed 1/3 of the Athenian population, including its leader Pericles, in 429 BC. Sparta faced an inability to inflict a crushing defeat in 421 BC, which led to a stalemate. In 414 BC, the Athenians undertook an expedition against Sicily, specifically the city of Syracuse, which ended in failure. They lost 50,000 men and 200 ships. Sparta then besieged Athens. In 404 BC, Athens surrendered and Sparta dissolved the Delian League. Sparta did not massacre Athenian men or enslave women and children.